qualifying of the cars, where I'm just going to run 20 laps apiece and then write down the best lap. Starting with comp, K-O-M-P, and turn that back on. We're doing lint roller cleaning. And we're going to use practice mode in HSSRMS. $20 laps total for qualifying. That's a 4-1. That's a 4-0. My traction is going, but we'll keep going. Try the other lane. I hit my best. Tires are gone, but I might as well do all 20. Try the other lane again. 18, 19, 20. Best 4049. That down. Comp gets a 4.049. Seahawks are winning, by the way. Next up, Ken C. Let me go ahead and exit this here.
Practice session is over.
It's over. Ken gets a tape cleaning. Alrighty. A little looser even on fresh tires. That was a 4.3. Yeah, it just kicks out on the turns. There we go. 4.2. Trying not to kick it out, see if I can get a faster lap. It just kicks out right when the turn radius changes, even when I'm slowing down. 4 more laps. 3 more laps. I don't think I'm going to get better than that 4.2. That's funny. 4.258 is the best lap for Ken C. 4.258. Alrighty. Next up, CJR.
Practice session is over.
And I am using fresh part of the roller on every tire. Alrighty, 20 laps for CJR. That's a 4-1. That's a 4-0. Ooh, that's quick.
Riders, you're running low on fuel.
Ah. I might have to rethink how I'm doing this. Try the other lane. Boom. Yeah, I'm gonna do this again without fuel. Forgot about that.
Practice session is over.
And, so we'll start again, see if I can get some better laps. So, fuel off for qualifying only. Yep, no fuel gauge. Okay.
Practice session is over.
Okay, so we're gonna do comp again. Fresh tires.
I got him as dry as I could get him.
See if I can beat that 4049. Yep. It's a free 8. He's out of the lane.
What do you about old Harry? Do I just let it breathe?
No, I don't think I'm gonna beat that 3-8. That's much better.
You're talking to yourself?
Talking to the camera. Dang it. One more. Nope. 3894. That's much better. Alright.
I was really hoping they would go in and
We'll give Kenzie another try.
he was getting close.
Practice
Like,
session is over.
get into the top of his own board. So, no, here's what was happening.
Never ever gonna do that.
So we had the new treats that smell really good, right? And he was like, oh, I want that. So much so that he followed me into the bathroom. And then, like, I closed the door, and I, like, put it, I'm covering it, like, over the tub.
Alright,
It's like
Kenzie gets another go.
freaking out.
Okay.
Because he's like up on the edge of the tub trying to get to it. And then, I know, but like, there were a couple times where I saw his legs start to twitch like he wanted to jump when he was sleeping. And I was hoping, he got but then he was like, then he started barking. Alright, he's not gonna do that, so I don't have the treat.
Whoop. weird, but... Oh, and now I have a second car. That's interesting. I don't think I'm going to beat... I got a 4-1, but I don't think I'm going to beat that. Alright, slow as fast. No. 4.179. Still better. Alright, let's concede. Yep, concede. 4.179. Okay. Back to CJR.
Practice session is over.
Be nice to have something to click on for that rather than the escape button.
So after draining it, there's still a bunch of kind of like around the dump. Could I like fill it up with water and try and wash it towards the edge?
And then you switch out and clean up if you want.
Alrighty. Pay attention, Greg. Whoa, okay. What happens when you push it? .889. That's the fastest one so far. Alright. Tosco Todd is up next. Another Corvette. I think it's more than half Corvettes in this proxy.
Practice session is over.
Okay. Okay, Mr. Goodwrench. No, sorry, Mr. GM Wrench.
Practice session is over.
Oh, too soon. Ah, peaked. Alright, best of 20 is 4.029 for Mr. GM Wrench. 4.029. Not a bad car. Alright, our one and only Lamborghini, Mr. Caesar.
Practice session is over.
Woo, okay. Don't push it that hard. Little tip out there. Hmm. 3.988. Pretty closely matched, all these cars. We have now Busspor or Busper 63 for bus puller? I don't know. Never heard it pronounced. Yet another vet. Let's see how his car goes.
Practice session is over.
Sounds good. He's already in the trees. Okay, let's try the other lane. Woo! Bicycle. I think that's going to be it. Nice car. 3.923. Third place so far. Like I said, good car. Alright, that was our halfway car.
Practice session is over.
Now we're gonna do Lancelot of Love. Another vet. No lights. That's weird. Oh. Yep. This is the one with the modified guide. Never round the front of your guide off like that. It comes out really easy. You really can't push it in the turns. It just comes right out. Personally, I'd swap that out with an unmodified guide. Just like that. Tiniest little bicycle, and it just comes out. Don't even think about it. Otherwise, it's pretty forgiving. Not a slow car by any means. We're in the 3.9s. If I could push it in the turns, I could probably get a 3.8 out of it. That's the 3.9.
I forgot to bring my Carrera chips.
That's okay. I'm currently qualifying for the proxy cars.
Mm-hmm.
And Mr. Lancelot Love got a 3902, which is pretty good. 3.90.
How many cars do you have in this Roxy thing?
Those are points. It's all these here. So
Oh, wow.
3, 6, 7, 15.
Wow. So you mailed all these, huh?
13. Yeah. So we mailed all of them to one guy, and then they've been going around.
What's that cost to just mail them?
I don't remember how much I paid. It was like, $8 or $10 or something like that.
Oh, it's not bad.
And then
Oh, that's for one car.
that's for one car.
Right.
And then the box is like $20 or something every time it goes. All right, so J. Perry Burrell has a live camera going on, which is why I'm talking.
Okay.
Practice session is over.
And if you could marshal me at that end, that's pretty much where what all the whenever I come off, it's down there, trying to push it harder every time. This car.
That layout. I just looked at the layout.
Yeah, it's
Long.
yeah.
Late here.
4.4. This car is just really loose. Yeah, I cannot push this car in the turns at all. Yep. The set only comes with one.
This is just a single set?
No, heck no. The set just makes a figure 8, and then I bought all the extra track to do this layout. This guy gets an extra clean because he has no traction.
Yeah.
I can hear the wheels spinning when I pull the trigger.
Yeah, it's too bad you can't have one more crossover right after the squiggles on the bridge.
Yeah, they're just not long enough. I might be able to put one of those single curve changers right here, but it's still right after a turn.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, I was just thinking it'd be kind of cool if you could set it up so you could run, if your car is real good on the inside, you could, have the
Stay on
inside
the
or
inside.
both, or the
Yeah.
outside, either
Yeah.
way, That'd be the only change I'd make.
Yep.
Still pretty good.
Yeah.
See, I might be running on your end.
Well, Carlos will just kind of swing by because he doesn't want to have anything to do with the proxy apparently.
Yeah.
So he's just going to get his chips.
I thought Russ was good for coming.
Russ sent an email this morning saying he won't be able to come.
I paid any attention to that.
4.243.
Cars.
Yeah. All right, Burrell.
Yeah, they're all in the box, so it doesn't matter.
4.243. Yeah, I think Mike D is coming.
No, Jeff isn't.
Jeff is not. Like he said, sent his email. So that's what I'm saying. It might be just you. And you've already got your chips.
Yeah.
But you didn't bring
But I
them.
didn't bring them, so made any difference. I can still practice.
Do you have your car?
I brought all my cars.
Oh, okay.
I've not run any of them. We've been building Legos, Lego things for my big track.
Yep.
And, I had this beautiful grandstand, this long,
Mm-hmm.
and I didn't like the way it looked from the back, so I flipped it over and started to build the back down. It fell apart.
Oh, yeah.
And I went, Legos. So I said, that's all right. I went down to the Lego store and bought a whole bunch more Legos, so I'll rebuild it correctly on that.
All right. Crowley?
But I got a great big fire station, and aid.
Oh, this is the bark.
Got a whole bunch of stuff on it.
Yeah, I look forward to seeing it. All right, the Bark Porsche. I see most of those are Corvettes. They run nice. You get kind of bored of running them.
Practice session is over.
Okay. Whoa! Thank you for the catch. Good thing I'm running on carpet.
Well, I still have reflexes.
Did he lose it? Yeah, his spoiler's down below the table.
Oh yeah.
Oh, my downforce is all gone. Wow, okay, maybe it is. No, yeah. I didn't even bother putting most of them. A lot of them, wow, okay. A lot of the cars, their spoilers had come off. I didn't bother putting them back on.
That's not going in tight. That's
Yeah.
really loose.
Yeah, if it comes off, we'll just leave it up.
Surprisingly heavy parts.
What's that?
Seems like it's surprisingly heavy.
It's heavy and it's narrow, so it's tippy. Trying to get something less than a 4.1 out of it. No.
Which you're off that last day.
Yeah, yeah. Good. Oh, damn it. Ah. I'm going to give him one more.
I may have to switch to Carrera. This is so much nicer.
I like how stiff it is, but you still have to have good support.
Yeah.
See how the these are,
Yeah.
even with their clipping mechanism. So I keep meaning to cut just get a sheet of like quarter-inch and then cut this.
Cut it out, yeah.
Yeah. All right, 4.106 for Mr. Bark. Just 3 cars left. And we'll take a break. All right. Z-Car fan. A Ferrari, yay! But there's still one more Corvette in there. Nope, no more Corvettes.
Yeah, I bought a Corvette hat just because I'm going to be running Corvettes this year.
Yep.
Got it with my 40% discount at Hobby Lobby, so it cost me $7.
Nice.
Are these magnet or magnet?
No mag. Urethane tires. It feels quick, but
Oops, no headlights.
I'm still in the 4s. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's an analog car that he chipped. They don't come with lights anymore. Yep. Yeah. Plus, you can't really take them full speed anyways. If you do, your car will tail wag like crazy. So I still like them in a braking zone.
Yeah. That's true. You should slow down by then for the turn.
Yep. Come on. That felt good until that bubble. 4.022.
It's not bad.
This was Z-Car fan. fastest lap so far of every car is 3.889.
How come you're wet? Did you get a bath?
He just got a bath. Yep.
You just got a bath, so you're all nice and wet and clean?
Okay, R/T Randy. Ready to Randy or ready to run Andy?
RTR Andy?
It's R/TR in capitals and then Andy in lowercase. So is it R/T Randy? See, when I see RTR, I think ready to run.
Yeah.
So maybe it's ready to run Andy. Or it's ready to Randy.
Practice session is over.
It's over.
I'll try that in the morning. Pretty clean, huh?
Yeah. Quick, already in the 3/8.
RTR Andy was really good.
Woo. That felt good. Come on. Already beating the fast lap though. Alright, let's just fling it. Let's fling it. Nope. Still the best one, 3.860.
So what did this whole layout cost you with extra parts, approximately?
I honestly don't remember. I got a lot of it used.
Oh, sure.
But the Carrera race party set was what I started with.
Mm-hmm.
Best value ever. It was an Amazon exclusive. It was like $350, and you got a big figure 8, 3 cars, 3 wireless controllers, the Bluetooth Connect thing, so you can use a tablet or whatever for your racing.
Mm-hmm.
And the goofy little gold Carrera controller trophy you might have seen in the garage.
Oh.
You know, and they sell sets with 2 cars more expensive than that with less track and stuff. And then like $90 for the pit lane kit. And the Carrera pit lane kit comes with the single lanes to go next to the thing, which is nice. And then I bought a bunch of, actually, I'm pretty sure most of the extra track I needed, I didn't actually have to buy. One of my friends in the analog club has Carrera at home, so he just had a box of spare. So I just took what I needed from there.
Did the borders all come with it?
It didn't come with any borders. The 1/32 Carrera track kits don't come with borders. The 1/24 ones do. So I had to buy all the borders. So I ended up buying used borders and new borders, and that was probably, aside from the kit, that was probably the biggest expense because they're not cheap.
Yeah.
I mean, we think we have to pay a lot for that kind of stuff, but we don't.
So what's the thickness of the Carrera track? Is that a full 1/4 inch or is it just shy?
It's actually about the same as Sport. It looks thicker.
Mm-hmm.
I haven't put them side by side yet, but it's pretty darn close. I don't think it's a full 1/4. It's probably like 7/6 or 7/32 or something like that.
And for expensive as crap is, it'd be very tempting to get the right thickness of like masonite or something.
Oh,
Just
yeah.
cut out your own.
Oh, for sure.
borders.
Yeah, and a lot of people do that. just like they do with Skeletra.
You know, it's not really that hard. I mean, you know, you just lay the track on top of the thing,
Yep.
take a pencil and trace it, you know, and then there's your inside cut.
Yep.
You make the outside cut as big as you want.
Yeah, I mean,
You could even technically, if, and the way this just seems to fit together better than the scale electrics. I don't know, I've never had to
It
mess
doesn't.
with it. But does it doesn't wiggle as much? You know, I mean, is there as much play?
so I designed this track on the track editor
Right.
to get as little error in joining up as possible.
Right.
And it's like that.
Mm-hmm.
The thing that I don't like about Carrera is how much of a pain it is to actually get together and apart, because it's most of it's if it's older track, it just has the pins, right, that go, and they don't hold tight. They don't have any, you know, clip or anything like Sport does. If it's newer track, or the older track that just does that, has these really tedious clips that you can shove up underneath that
Sure.
you gotta like put on, and then it's like lock and joiner probably.
Yeah, like they had what they called the repair kits for the old AFX track.
Yeah.
It was a middle clip. You flip the track over, and then there was like ridges.
Yeah.
And you just pop it onto the ridge. It held nice and tight, but boy, you
Yeah.
couldn't put the track together unless it was upside down on a hard surface.
Exactly.
You
So
couldn't just push those things in.
so this works a lot like that. The newer stuff is a little bit better. They have these sliding red clips that go through this hole on both of the adjoining tracks,
Mm-hmm.
and then it's got a little, you know, push down clip like Sport does to come apart. But the tolerances are so tight
Right.
that you have to get the tracks completely together before those little clips will pop
Sure.
and stick. And
once
then
they do, your track's nice and tight.
once
right?
they do, assuming it's not too snug and in your head, you didn't have to force them together
Mhm.
really hard, because if they're trying to push each other apart, they'll make the clip pop.
Right. Oh, okay.
So there's cases of that. And then, you know, if you try to mix old and new tracks, some cases you have where there's no way to lock them together at all. They
Right.
just start coming apart, like right there.
Oh wow. Look at that.
And then once you get the whole, I mean, you can do the whole, put it together and then flip it, which is what I did for big sections of here.
Sure.
I just put it together and then flipped it over. In fact, those pieces are but then once you get it to where you're having to join it, right, it is so inflexible that it's hard to get them apart enough to put them together, and then get the clip, and then you've got to reach under there and you know, get the clips moving and you know, sliding in the right, you know, just
So there are some drawbacks.
There are drawbacks. I would not want to put this together and take it apart on a regular basis.
Right.
But because, you know, once you get it together, it is fairly solid. Especially if you have all new track and new borders, it's pretty good. The other thing is they like to say that their rails and their continuity is just fantastic and never has any problems. And right now, I'm doing okay. I'm running magless cars, so you don't really notice it anyways. And I don't have any power taps, but the way that their pins are actually two thin pieces of the rail, right, like this on the side, and then one on the top, you know, same thing like that. So when you shove them in, they're kind of, you know, doing this on the inside of the joining rail. But if you're not careful and they're not perfectly going in, you'll bend one up completely, and it'll break. As soon as it's bent hard, it just breaks off. You can't repair it. And it's stainless steel, so the metal to metal conductivity isn't as good as regular steel or nickel. And when I first put my set together, you know, I just took it out of the box, put it together for the first time. The track was brand spanking new. The cars were magnet cars, so I could feel the loss of power from one end to the other of the track. And it was just a small oval, so I'm like, you know, they're like, you know, they're like anybody who has their favorite track. You know, the Carrera user says, "Oh, no, never any, you know, problems." Well, once you've been racing competitively for a long time, you start to feel the difference, the subtle differences. And I can only imagine that most of these people who say that there's never any problem just play with their track, you know, or if they race, it's just casually with a bunch of friends. It's not, you know, a situation where they really even notice. because they don't experience tracks that don't have those problems,
Mhm.
and then go to a track that does have those problems.
Oh, my track doesn't have those problems anymore.
Yeah, and neither does mine. Mine never will.
Yeah, you soldered all yours, right?
Yeah. And, you know, so, you know, brand new sport track works great for a while.
Mm-hmm.
Brand new Carrera track will work great for a while. But in all honesty, all the systems have their pros and cons, right? The only dig I have on Carrera isn't really a dig. It's not only one of its weaknesses, but also its strength, which is the size of the track.
Mm-hmm.
This is the best layout that I can come up with for a relatively small space, because it's long and narrow. It's easier to find space for this kind of track than it
Sure.
is something that's twice as wide and not as long.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, as you see,
Yeah,
I
like
can
said,
do this, or I can do
room,
that.
my space would be tough.
Yeah. And it's not that you can't cram a track in there, but it'll be all tight turns and, you know, or not enough borders. You know, this, if I wanted to, I could put borders in and out through the whole track.
Right.
And it's got all the features I like: a nice long straight, some wiggles, a short shoot, kink. It's as good as a track can get in this space, and a pit lane. I can even extend the pit lane another track or two if I want. Have the exit come out under the bridge. But it can run 1/24 scale cars,
Yeah.
which is great. I've got one. I've got a couple. They're a blast.
So the spacing is wider too, then, isn't it?
Yeah, it's one.
Less nerfing.
Yeah, so
Well,
130.
I
So
did
132. There
I
wouldn't
did
be any
figure out how to
nerfing.
nerf down at the
Yeah, you did.
down in Hillsborough.
Yeah. See, these are 1/24.
Oh, look at that! Plenty of room.
Yeah. So I mean, its greatest strength is also one of its weaknesses.
Right.
So, but Carrera lovers, you know, it's not too big. It's the same size as any other track. You can get the same layouts in Carrera as any other track. And you show them side by side. Look, here's a Carrera one. Sure, you can do Carrera with no borders.
Yeah.
Same layout with no borders.
You can't do the intestine
Oh no.
because you don't have it.
This is their R1 right
yeah.
here.
Couldn't do the intestine turn like I have on my
This
track.
is literally the tightest S you can possibly do. This is all R1 turns right here.
Yeah, see, that wouldn't even fit inside my 2 straightaways, let alone the 3.
Yeah.
I was thinking about illuminating one of my pit spots, just taping that very first one. You come in and then you trigger the pit lane sensor as you cross.
Mm-hmm.
And it's that tight inside R1, and the car sometimes gets stuck at pit lane speed. And I was thinking, you know, that's the 4th pit lane, really. The other one that's on the corner is the inside of an R2.
Yeah.
So that's not a problem. So I was just thinking about taping the flipper on the first one, you know, just not changing the layout, really, just taping the flipper so you can't go into that first pit stall.
Yeah.
And so there's still 3 individual pit stalls with exits and everything else, and it wouldn't change any of the power continuity because I'm using a pit lane to go in there. I wouldn't have to. I was thinking, oh, gee, if I eliminated that, then I gotta do. Oh, wait a minute, I don't have to eliminate it. Just tape the stupid flipper.
Just tape the flipper. Yeah, it's worth a try. I mean, I do remember having to remember not to let up on the throttle when I pull into that.
first one.
Yeah.
So this way, you won't even go in. Won't even go onto the inside R1 on that side.
Yeah.
You just can't go there because it doesn't exist.
Alright, so finally doing my car here. Last car of the qualifying.
186.
It's not as fast as the other ones. Ooh, a 4.2, wow. Still 4.2. know, if I squeeze the trigger hard enough, it'll go faster. 4.232. Blah. Alright, I'm gonna turn off my feed here.